sun most of the time. Occasionally we get a little snow, but you know, it's one of those things you can leave behind in most places.
Yeah, we can drive to the mountains and play in it and then come back home where there's no snow. So that's nice.
Unfortunately, friends in Chicago, Boston, New York are saying, like, shut up.
My husband's from New England, so I love the snow, but he loves being here in Florida.
My cousin lives in South Florida, and he used to live in Boston, and every winter we see numerous posts where he's bragging on it to his Boston friends. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, let's be honest. More people live in Florida that are from north of the Mason-Dixon line than live in Florida.
Totally. Smart people.
That is very true.
Call us anytime at 800-900-1300, or you can stop by and pay us a visit on the Scott and Kelly Facebook page.
Announcing K-Love On Demand. It's the free new place for artist concerts, acoustic performances, interviews, and more. This week, KLoveOnDemand.com presents Citizen of Heaven. Hey, what's up, everybody? A stunning, never-before-released album launch concert. Torrin Wells. Watch electrifying performances of some of your favorites from Torrin, both old and new. Watch Torrin Wells, Citizen of Heaven, available now at K-Love On Demand. Positive, encouraging video. K-Love On Demand. K-Love, 1 minute of encouragement. Judd Wilhite.
Doctor said if you feel tired, the best thing you can do is exercise. And it sounds backwards, but this is how your body works. The more you move, the more rested you feel. You see the same principle in your spiritual life. Listen to what Jesus says in Matthew 11:28. Are you tired, he says? Are you worn out? Are you burned out on religion? Well, come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. If you feel spiritually spent, it's time to invest in your relationship with God. I'm not saying do more for God. I'm saying be more with God. Don't read the Bible just to learn, but to feel His love. Don't pray in the hopes of controlling outcomes, but to experience His care. Don't serve just because you feel obligated, but to feel God's delight. Maybe it's time to get away from the ministry that wears you out and get away with the Savior who can fill you up and recover your life.
Connect with Judd Wilhite at KLove.com. Keyword, encouragement.
I think it's easy for all of us to get in our comfort zone and just forget to dream. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I forget just how big God is and how amazing His plans are for all of us. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now the Lord God, who is able through His mighty power at work within us to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think." I'm Monica, and that's your Kingdom Verse of the Day.
Déjame pegarme. Y me pego. ¿Y entonces qué le pasó a Vicente Fernández a la cabeza? ¿Eh?
Called Navalny's detention deplorable, so definitely a change in tone here. Interesting. Well, has Russia said anything so far about this call?
Yeah, I mean, the Kremlin did not mention Navalny in its readout, as you can imagine. Instead, it focused on the need to normalize relations, to work together on things like the coronavirus pandemic or the economy, and the extension of New START, as we mentioned. The Kremlin said the two men discussed the Iran nuclear deal, the one Trump left, and it described the conversation, and this was the quote, as businesslike and sincere.
All right, let's go back to some of the other issues that Biden raised in his phone call. The SolarWinds hack, for example. What is Biden doing about that?
Mostly reviewing his options at the moment. A lot of experts see that hack as a successful espionage operation by Russia, so the Biden administration needs to figure out how much damage was done. Biden has asked his intelligence chiefs to review that and to review the reports that the Russians offered bounties on U.S. troops in Afghanistan. That's another story that was sort of brushed off by the Trump administration, but seems to be taken more seriously seriously.
That is NPR's Michelle Kellerman. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
You're listening to All Things Considered from NPR News. The vaccine rollout across the country continues to flail. California has administered only about half the COVID-19 shots available in the state. That's why a bunch of volunteer tech workers are stepping in to provide information when the government doesn't. Leslie McClure from member station KQED explains.
A few weeks ago, Tim Schwartz was watching the nightly news.
New guidelines will be issued today that will expand vaccine eligibility to everyone.
Schwartz suddenly qualified for a shot. He's a 67-year-old resident of San Francisco, but he had no idea how to get one.
Nobody's calling me, emailing me, telling I'm eligible for anything.
He checked his doctor's office, but they weren't vaccinating people his age. So he went down to his local pharmacist and asked if they were offering shots.
And he said no. He had heard from Walgreens corporate office, that they might in the future get it.
Schwartz started scouring the internet, but to no avail. Even California's public health website didn't provide any links to drive-up sites, walk-up appointments, or even a help desk.
Oh, it's frustrating that in one of the most tech-savvy cities, in the most tech-savvy country in the world, that this kind of information is not available to the residents.
Also frustrated by the situation is Patrick McKenzie. He's a tech worker based in Tokyo with ties to California. He was floored that vaccines were sitting on shelves rather than saving lives.
So I tweeted out on Twitter and said, one of the best things that I could imagine a technologist spending time on right now is calling the places that could have the vaccine and putting who says yes in a single place.
The call to arms roused many of McKenzie's followers, which is 100,000